a synapse. Remember, synapse is a connection that is not in physical direct contact to space. It's a connection that's not in physical contact. There's a space. Space means diffusion. Space means it's slower. Space means that acetylcholine needs time to get across. That's a synapse. That's a synapse. Now, action potential goes across, but, ready? In electrical synapse, as opposed to acetylcholine synapse, means that what happens is that the cells don't need acetylcholine to go across. The synapses before, where there is neuromuscular, in neuromuscular, diffusion takes time. However, it also can only go in one direction. You see, when you have a neuromuscular, let's go back and look at this. Neuromuscular junctions are one-way streets. Neuromuscular, one way. There is a space in between them in neuromuscular junctions. Space means slower. Space means time. Space means not physically connected. Slower, acetylcholine, one-way, time. Now, electrical synapses, I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is you're physically touching fast. The bad news is it can go in both directions. It can transmit both ways. Now, it means that electrical synapses, because you're connected with gap junctions, I know it's weird, right? There's less of a gap in a gap junction than there is with a neuromuscular synapse. You know why they call them gap junctions? Don't disagree with me in public. Neuromuscular. The nerve ends. The presynaptic end absorbs calcium, releases acetylcholine. Acetylcholine has to diffuse across and hit the neuromuscular junction and those receptors. A defect in that transmission is called the disease myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis. A man comes because he's been having double vision and difficulty finishing chewing his meals. He can start chewing. Where's the defect? Neuromuscular junction. Where's the defect? Acetylcholine receptor. Electrical synapses have a gap junction. And the weird part of it is, in a gap junction has less of a gap than a neuromuscular synapse. A neuromuscular synapse has a physical space, and acetylcholine must diffuse across, like perfume. But electrical synapses with gap junctions are physically touching. The electrical impulses can go both directions. It's faster, it's bidirectional, and it's not based on having to have acetylcholine. It's faster, it's bidirectional, and it's not based on having to have acetylcholine. Wow, have we survived this chapter? Do you have a deep sense of satisfaction of having absorbed so many difficult things? Have you guys, right? So like Walt Whitman, right? Have you practiced so long to learn to read? Have you felt so proud to get at the meaning of books? Stop this day and night with me, and you shall possess the origin of all poems. You shall possess the good of the earth and the stars themselves. Wow. You have as many synapses in your brain as there are stars in the galaxy. Wow. That's our last Uncle Walt, right? Divine am I, inside and out, and I make holy whatever I touch or am touched from. Cool.